Okay. So yesterday we had completed loops concept where we were talking about for off loop, for in loop, another for while and do while loop that we had gone through with. In today's session, we will check regarding like operators, like what are different operators that we have, and what is the use of that. How do we basically work with the operator? So if you see, like we have completed statement, loops, and condition, and we'll complete today the operators part in JavaScript. Okay, so let's start with operators. So as we had seen like yesterday, there are different types of operators that we have available in JavaScript. It is basically similar to the other operator as
Praveen, can you increase font size?
font size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Right. So yesterday we had seen like we have like couple of operators that is available in JavaScript, which is also similar in any other programming language as well. And those are like arithmetic operator, logical operator, assignment operator, which is like we use like equal to and so on, and then comparison operator. Like these very basic things, and a very basic as well in terms of like arithmetic operator, which used to be like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo. And then there are something called as exponential. And we know like what plus plus and minus minus does. So these are the operators that we have in arithmetic operators. So it is known as addition, as plus, subtraction, multiplication, division. This percentile symbol is known as modulo. Modulo means whatever the remainder value will be there, it will give you the value, the result. Then we have one other operator is known as exponential. So this double asterisk symbol that you see here is known as exponential. That means if you use two, let's say example, if you use two asterisks at asterisk 2, then it will give us a value 4. So it will be like 2 to the power of 2 is known as like exponential operator. And then we have plus plus, which is like increment operator, and then minus minus is decrement operator. So let's see like some of the examples of how do we um, work with arithmetic operator. So let's say we have two variable. We have declared a two variable, which is like let a equals to 10 and let b equals to 10. This is very basic. Probably like we'll understand it easily itself. So whenever you use plus operator, plus is known as concat as well. One is like addition operator and other is concatenation. So first we'll check it regarding the addition. So let's say console.log, if you see, we have declared a variable a equals to 10 and b equals to 2. Now, if you do like a plus b, then it will be an addition because both of the variable that we have declared is a numeric variable. Right? Both of the value of the variable are numeric. That is why it is giving us the value in terms of addition. But let's say if you try to do let's c equals to something like abc, example. Then if you do like console.log and you use the plus operator, that means addition operator, using like let's say a plus c. Even though the first value we have numeric, that we know that we have numeric, but the second value that we are trying to add is a string. So what happens is like whenever, even if you have one variable as string, then in terms of like whenever we use addition or plus operator, it will be considered as a concatenation. Concatenation. Okay, concatenation. That means it will not basically add because there is no use of addition. Like it will never perform any kind of addition if you have one as a numeric value and other as a string value. So this will basically give you the value as 10 ABC. Okay, so this is known as concatenation. That means concat like to whatever the value that we are trying to do. So if you just try to print this value, or just try to print in the console, you'll see that we have node operators dot js. Operators. Basics. Okay. So if you see this way, we can see here it is saying like it has not added anything, but it has just concatenate. That means both of the value became a single word, which is like 10 ABC. This is what mean by concatenation. So even if your value is, let's say you have two values, which is like mm, both are in the string itself. So in this particular way as well, it will just give you like ABC and D over here, because it just concatenate means both of the value will be merged together. And this is known as concatenation in terms of if we have a string variable. But if we have numeric variable, then the plus operator or the addition operator will work as an addition itself. That means plus itself. Okay. Uh, Now let's check about like minus operator, which is like also known as subtraction. So I mean, these are very basic. So these five are very basic. So we'll cover it quickly. So whenever we do a minus or whenever you use subtraction operator, and we have both of the variable that we declared as a numeric, at that point of time, it will just do the subtraction of the value. So if you do like a minus b, this will give you the value called as 10 minus 2. So this will be like 10 minus 2, and then this will give you the value as 8. But let's say if you have uh, first variable as numeric and second variable as, let's say, string, and if you perform this kind of values, this will basically throw you an error, or it will just give you not a number symbol, not a number value. So why it says that? Why it has given you NaN, which is NaN is equals to not a number. So here in this term, this will be NaN. So what will happen here is it says that the first value is number, that is okay, but second value is not a number. So we will not be able to perform the value. That means subtraction of both will not be a number. That is why it will will not be able to do any kind of things between the variable that you have declared, and it will directly print you the value called as not a number, and and apart from plus, for all the other operators, it will be working in the same way. So if you just see um, from only if you declared like numeric variable, minus, uh, subtraction, multiplication, division, and all will give you the value. But if you have string one of a string variable, then at that point of time, these particular operations, which is like subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo, and other, will probably give you NaN value, which is like not a number, because we have one as a number, other as not a number, so will not like string, so will not be able to perform any operations of arithmetic operator. Okay, so in the same way, we'll just try to write console.log and then a into b. This is also known as multiplication. So it says that whenever you try to do a multiplication between the two numbers, it will just multiply. In the same way, this will give you the uh, uh, division. So this symbol is known as a division symbol, like forward slash is known as division symbol, which will divide the first number by second number. So it will be like 10 by 2. First number is 10 and second number is 2. So it will just divide 10 by 2. And next is modulo. So what is modulo is? What happens like whenever you use modulo, right? Let's say our value is 9 over here. Right? What happens is like 9 will not be completely divided by 2. So this will have like this will use like 4 times 2, which will be 8, and then remainder will be 1. Here we have 9 divided by 2. So it will basically, if you use divide here, if you use divide, at that point of time, it will directly give you the decimal value, which is 4.5. But if you use 9 percentile, uh, which is known as modulo, this operator is known as modulo. It says that whatever the remainder will be there, this will not give you the value in decimal, but whatever the remainder will be there after dividing 9 by 2, whatever the remainder will be there, it will display you 1. Because we know that 9 will not be completely divided by 1 if you need any integer value. So this will always give you the first integer value, and then there will be some kind of remainder. So whatever the remainder will be after like complete division of first value by second value, whatever the remainder will be, it will basically return you the value. So in this particular term, whenever we have like 9 by 2, it will give you 1 value. If it is like 10 by 2, that means it is completely divisible by 2. So it will give you 0 value over here. So let's try to check it out by giving the 9 value as a first variable. So you see here, first is like 9 plus 2 is 11. Subtraction is 9 by 2. Multiplication is 9 into 2. Division, you can say here, like it has completely divided in terms of decimal, right? But if you see for the modulus or modulo operator, you can see it has given us 1 value. It's just because it says that it will not be completely divisible, and we will not be able to give you the value in decimal. Whereas division operator will give you the value in decimal. And modulo operator says that will not be able to divide, but whatever the closest value will be divisible by the second number, we'll divide that, and the remainder will be returned. Okay, this NaN value is for this one. So let me comment it out. Okay, so this was regarding the modulo, and then we have exponential. So we are just seeing like exponential is working as let's say exponential is like whenever we use 2 times as asterisk, this will be known as like exponential operator. So this says that a to the exponential of b, a to the exponential of b. That means when our number is like, let's say our value is 10 over here, example, let's say our value is 10 and second value is 2. So it will be like 10 to the power of 2. Okay, so it will be like first number will be your like first value, which is base. Then it will be like uh, exponential, and then the second value. That means this will be considered as 10 squared 2 over here in this term, which is like 10 exponential 2, which is 10 squared 2. Let's say if we have 4, then 10 power 4, 10 to the power of 4. This will be considered in that way, this way. So the value will become 10% over here. Okay, so if you see here, it is like this. So first is addition, there's subtraction, this multiplication, division, and then modulo, as it is like 10 by 2 will be completely divisible, so the remainder will be 0. And then for exponential, we have this particular value. Okay, now let's say we have two. Now we'll see like we have two other value, which is like plus plus and minus minus, which is like increment and decrement. This increment and decrement has different values. So what is meant by that is, let's say plus plus. So plus plus operator is having two type. One is like post operator and other is pre operator. Sorry, post increment and pre increment and pre increment. So post increment means, let's say we have already declared a variable a over here, and if you declare a plus plus, example a plus plus is known as post operator, and a and plus plus a is known as pre operator. That means pre increment. So if you write a symbol plus plus, like double plus, after a variable, then it is known as post increment. If you declare before the variable, then it is known as pre increment. Now, what is the difference between post and pre increment? Is we'll see here. So we have a variable a equal to 10 that we have declared over here, right? Now see, like if you do a console.log and a plus plus, what it says? It says that you have printed the value a and then you have incremented it. Okay, it says that first you have printed the value a and then you have incremented the value of a. So plus plus means is basically plus 1. Minus minus is minus 1. So if you see, like a plus plus is also known as a plus 1. In the same way, a minus minus 1, a plus plus, or plus plus a, both are known as a plus 1. A minus minus or minus minus a, both are known as a minus 1. Okay, so here when we see it is saying like console.log a plus plus. This is post increment. That means first the action will be performed and then the value will be incremented. Understanding?
Yes, student.
Okay. So if you print this, this will still give you the value as 10 itself, as we have declared 10 over here. Okay. So let me declare a value called as e equal to. Okay. So we have declared a variable e equal to 10. And then we are trying to do post increment, which is e plus plus. So here, if you see this value will give you 10. But in the next line, if you print e, which has already been incremented here after printing e, and in the next line, this value will give you 11, because After printing the value over here, this has been incremented. Okay, so it says that this is it says that this is a post increment. That means first the operation has been done. That means the e has been printed, and then this e value have been incremented. And in the next line, where we are just trying to print e, it will print you the incremented value. So if you just see by running this, you can see like first it has printed a value. First is it has printed the value 10. You can see here like it has first printed the value 10. And then after printing it, it has incremented it by 1. And then we in the next line, we are just trying to print out our common, like the variable that we have declared. And that value is giving us the value over here as a 11 because it has been already incremented. Now let's see how does, is there any confusion in this?
No problem.
No, Praveen.
Okay. Now let's see how does plus plus works. So if you do plus plus, right? So plus plus, if you use pre-increment, then it will say like, okay, if I'll increment the value first, and then the value, then the operation will be done for the value. That means it says that, okay, we are trying to print the value, but before printing the value, I'll increment the value first. Okay, so that is what is known as pre-increment. Before doing any operation, we'll increment the value. So this will give you the value 11. And again, if you print f, because we are not doing here anything, and it has already been incremented before printing. So this will, here also, this will give you the value as 11 itself. So if you check here, it is saying like 11 and 11 because it has pre-incremented the value. Before printing the value, it has incremented it. Okay. Now we'll see like decrement operator. So for decrement operator, let's say another, let's say take a number called as, let's say number, let number equals to. Okay. So now we are trying to check it for minus, post and pre. Post decrement and pre decrement. Post decrement and pre decrement. So this will also work in the same way as post increment and post decrement. But the only difference is like if you write a minus minus or minus minus a, this will be a minus 1. And if you write, okay, we have already discussed about it. So if you write it in this way, a minus minus or minus minus a, then this will be considered as a minus 1. Okay, so now we'll first talk about the number minus minus. So this is like post decrement. This because we have we utilize this operator, which is like minus minus, after declaring the variable, or after the variable we have given the symbol called as minus minus. That means it says that post increment, post decrement. Post decrement in the sense, first the number will be printed and then it will be decremented. So if you just try to check it out, the value, which is like console.log in the next line, we're just printing the number, that variable that we have declared. So for this first line, you will see the value will be 10 itself. But for the second line, the value will be 9. It's just because before printing this value, in the first line itself, the number has been already decremented after printing the variable. So if you try to run this, you can see here the value is 10 for the first line, because it says that I'll print the value first and then decrement. And then in the next line, we are not doing anything. We are just trying to print the variable that we had declared, which has already been decremented in the previous line. So the value is 9. If you see in the same way, like minus minus operator before the variable, then this value will be 9. And then again, this value will again be 9, because we are just trying to print the value. So in post decrement, the first value, which was like printing first and then decrementing the value, was giving us the exact value that we have declared as a variable in the line number 37. And then it was printing the exact value after decrementing. Whereas in the pre-decrement part, it first decrease the number, and then it prints the value. So if you see it here, you will find it out as 9 and 9. Okay. Any confusion in arithmetic operator?
No, Praveen, I'm clear.
Okay. Okay. So let's move to the comparison operator. So comparison operator says that it is useful in terms of comparing the two values. It is basically useful in terms of comparing the two values. And there are different types of operators we have available in comparison operator. And those are double equal to, is not equal to. Then we have a special comparison operator called as 3 times equals symbol. We also have not equal to for this is like not equal to, and then this is like not double equal to. We'll see what is the difference. Then we have greater than equal to, less than equal. Okay, so these are known as comparison operator. So let's check like example for one by one. When we say like greater than equal to, will this greater than equal to, we cannot write like first equal and then greater than. So this will not be a greater than. This will be a fat pipe symbol in JavaScript. But in any other language, greater than equal to cannot be written in this way. So it should always be first greater than and then equal to symbol. In the same way for less than equal to as well. Okay. First we'll try to check what is equal to equal. So equal to operator, as we are in comparison operator, so it will check like two values are equal or not. So basically it will try to check whether the value that we declare, like first value and second value, the value are correct or not, whether those are numeric. If you try to okay, let's first declare let f equals to 20. We have already declared. So let's be equal to 20 and let h equals to 20. So what happened over here is we have declared both the variable as numeric. You can see like 20 and 20. Both of the variable are numeric here. So it says that if both of the value are same and then type of the value are also same, that means it is numeric and this is also numeric. And then if you try to print the value, which is like console.log g equal to h or not, that means it will just try to compare the values. Okay, it will try to compare both of the values are equal or not. The type conversion will automatically happen. So what we say, like, both of them are numeric in nature. So that is where it will try to check whether first G value is equal to H or not. If you just try to say like equal to, that means we are saying G equal to H. We are just assigning G value, assigning G value, whatever we have value for H. This is known as assignment operator. This is entirely different. Once single equal symbol is an assignment operator, which is entirely different. That means we have declared here equal, which says that there is a variable called G, and we have assigned a value, some value for G. If you try to print this value over here, you'll see like it is giving us value called true, because both of the variable are same. Now let's say we declare this as a string, and then the value we have is 20. So you can see here that it has still printed as true, right? So why it basically printed as true? Because first one is numeric and second one is string, but still it has given us the value as true for whenever we check G equal to H, right? So what happened in JavaScript is whenever you use double equal to operator, the type conversion will automatically happen. That means even though if it is a string value, but in general, we have written a numeric value as an string. If it is numeric value as an string, then the type conversion will automatically happen where this value, if you use double equal to operator, then this value will be automatically converted to numeric. If it will automatically be able to convert into numeric. If we have declared numeric value as a string, then it will automatically be converted as numerical whenever we use double equal to operator. But let's say if you use non-numeric value, then this will never be converted as numeric value automatically. Not even like we'll not be able to uh, convert this string value as numerical by any means, because this says that this like a character value, so we'll not be able to convert this in this like string value will not be able to convert this in numeric. Here we have as well string value, but the value that is inside the quotation, like single quote, is a numeric. So if the value is numeric, then it will be able to convert the value. So it has printed as true, right? For this one, let's say you just change it to A. Now if you see, it says false because it is not able to convert that value into numerical, and this will never be equal to 20. So that is why it has given us a value called false. Did you understand this over here?
Yes, Praveen.
Yes, Praveen.
Okay. Now see what happened when we use basically triple equal. So this is one of another operator that we have in JavaScript. This will be one of a interview perspective, like, the question, what is difference between double equal and triple equal? Okay. So in terms of double equal, the type conversion will automatically happen. If the value is, if the value is okay, so type conversion will automatically happen if the value is, let's say, numeric. We compare with first value. So if the value is numeric as string, then we compare with the first value. So what it says that whenever you compare a value, whenever you try to compare a value with like first value to the second value, and if any one of the value is in the string form, but having a numeric value, then the type conversion will automatically happen by using double equal to. But let's say what happened in terms of triple equal to. So triple equal to says that we will only compare the value, but will not do any, we will basically only compare the value, but we will not automatically type like convert the type of the variable. It says that we have a numeric variable over here. We also have a numeric that we have written inside a single quote, which is considered as a string. So in terms of double equal to, this string value will automatically be converted as numeric because we have value as numeric inside this. But in terms of triple equal to, it will always try to check only the value. This will never automatically convert the type from string to numeric, even though we have a numeric value. So that is what the difference between double equal to and triple equal to. Double equal to will convert the value if it is able to convert into type into the first variable that we have the type of, and triple equal to will not be able to convert from string to numerical, even though it is like convertible type, but triple equal to will not be able to convert it. It will just check when whatever the value you have declared, both are same or not. So in this case, if you try to perform, so in this check, if you try to perform, the first value is true, which is g equal to, where the string value, which is like able to convert into numeric, have been converted. But in terms of g triple equal to, it will only try to check the value whether the both value are same or not. And to make it true, both of the values should have to be of same type. Let's say if you give like 2020, then in this way, both of the value, both of the performance will, like, both of the operation will give you true, because both are same value and same type. But earlier we had, this is one type and this is another type. So double equal to, we're able to convert the type, whereas triple equal to will only be performed with, will only be checking whether both of the value are same and the type of the operator, type of like data type of the variable are also same. And that's where it has given us, for second, it is giving false, and for first, it is giving true. So this is one of the difference between double equal to and triple equal to in JavaScript. This is like important in terms of interview questions. Okay. Now we'll move to like is not equal to. The third operator is not equal to. So it is like opposite to double equal to. So opposite, when we say like opposite to double equal to says that we have to check whether both the value are equal or not. Is not equal to says that we have to check whether the both value should be not equal to the first. Like first value should not be equal to second. So not equal to. Okay. So here if you say like G is not equal to H, right? So if you say like G is not equal to H, here also the type conversion will occur first. Whenever you use is not equal to, so here the type of like type conversion of the type will occur. That means if it is numeric value as an string, and if it is able to convert the value in the same type of the second, then is not equal to will be able to convert that. So if you try to print here, G is not equal to H. Okay. So we are trying to print here the G is not equal to H. Let's see what the value will it print. So it is saying false, because both of the value are same. As is not equal to and double equal to will be able to convert the type if it is able to convert from string to numeric. Okay, but let's say we have another variable. Let's say we declared another variable which is I equals to 10. Now if you perform here, G is equals to I. In this case, it will give you the value as true because G is basically not equal to I. The value are entirely different. Even though if you give here 10, and now if you try to check it out with H, though it will be able to convert, but it will try to check, okay, the value is false. So basically, like both this 20 and 10 is not equal to, first value is not equal to second value. So this will give you a value as true over here. It says that first value is not equal to second. Okay. In the same way, here what happened is like in is not equal to double equal to, like is not, like this negation symbol, not negation, but is not equal to. This is like is not equal to, and then this is called as is not double equal to. Both are like in by saying it is like not equal to, both of the operators are known as not equal to, but there are a slight difference as we see here. As we have seen here in terms of G is not equal to H and G is not double equal to H. So as we have seen here, the difference, like double equal to will be able to convert the type, but triple equal to will not be able to convert the type. So those rules will also be applicable here. If you see here, G is not equal to H, this will give us false because it says that I have converted your H value, and then we can see like 20 is equal to 20. So it will give us a false. Whereas if you try to print this one, this will give you a true value because it says that I am not able to convert your string to numeric. And in that way, if I am comparing 20 numeric and 20 in string are not same, so this will give us a value as true. So if you try to print this, you can see that this is the false for this one. Dot const. You can see here, this has given a false because it says that, okay, I was able to convert your string into numeric and then I compared it, which looks both are same. So as we are trying to perform is not equal to, will give us a false value. And here it says that, okay, I was not able to convert your string into numeric. And then when I'm trying to compare your value, first is numeric, second is string. In this way, if we are using like is not double equal to, it is giving us true value. It's saying like both are not equal to, like both are not equal to, which is again a correct one. Any confusion here?
Yeah, Praveen, one question.
Yes.
Suppose A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20. Okay. So if we are writing there A double equal to B, so it will definitely it is going to give false.
A equals to 10 and B equals to 20. Right.
So if
it
we are
will be
giving
false.
A double equal to B is equal to false. What if we are using a triple equal to? What is the output? Means it will
See,
invalid or some.
no, it will not be invalid. So it will try to convert your value still. What did I say is whenever you use triple equal to, it will just compare your value, whatever the value you have given. It will just try to compare. So it is like A equal to 10. In this situation, what it will try to check is whether 10 equal to 20 or not. It will just try to check your value that you have declared, which is 10 and 20. Here also it will do the same things, which is like 10 equal to 20. But the type conversion will occur only if the one of the variable are having some other data type. Some other in the
Yeah.
sense it can
Yes,
appear
yes.
with the string.
No,
Yes.
so my question is like in the both the situation, output is coming same.
Right.
So means why means we can give directly triple equal to always. So it will give the correct output always.
See, in this way, if you have both the variable as of the same data type, then you can always try to use like triple equal to. It will just try to compare your value.
Okay.
Okay. If one of the operator is having other data type, which is like, let's say string, then it is always better if you are trying to compare whether like my type doesn't mean anything, whether that is numeric or string, and then you are trying to convert, then you are trying to compare, then you can, at that point of time, you can use double equal to. If your both of the variable are of same data type, then you can either use double equal to or triple equal to. If you just want to specifically, like strictly try to check the value itself, you can try to use triple equal to as well.
Okay. Got it.
Okay, like is there still any confusion, or like I'll
No,
try
no,
to
no.
explain again?
No problem.
Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, fine. Now we'll see like greater than, less than. We know like if the first value is greater than second value, so whenever you say like, let's say console dot log, 10 is greater than 5 or not, 10 is greater than 6 or not. So this is like greater than, first value is greater than second. Then the next will be like greater than equal to. I think like this is self-understandable. I'll not go in detail for this. So when we say like console.log, first value is greater than or equal to second value. If first value is really greater than second, greater than or equal to second, then it will give you the true value, or else it will return a false value. So here also it will be true. But if you say like, let's say console.log 5 is greater than 10, which is like, we know that that is a false, so it will give you a false value. Here also, if you say like console.log, the 5 is greater than or equal to 6, which is false statement. So it will give you the false. And if you just say like console.log, 5 is greater than or equal to 5, which is true. It is not greater than, but it is equal to. It says that either greater than or equal to. Whenever you use greater than or equal to, it will be greater than or equal to. So this will give you value as true. I'll print that as well in a couple of minutes. So this is greater than, this is greater than or equal to. And then we are having less than and less than equal to. Less than and less than equal to are also same, which is like less than. Less than. Again, you can directly try to print if 10 is less than 6, which is like not true. But if you try to write like, let's say 6 is less than 10, which is always true. So this will give you a value as true. In the same way, if you see for less than or equal to, same way if you see for less than or equal to, then we'll have like less than equal to, which is less than or equal. So it again compares like 10 is less than or equal to 6, which is false. 6 is less than or equals to 10, which is always true because 6 is always less than 10. But if you try to print it out like console.log, let's say 10 is less than or equal to 10, which we know that 10 is not less than, but it is equal to. So it will give you the true value. Just let's try to print it out. It says that here from here we can start it out. So 10 is greater than 6, which is true. 5 is greater than or equal to 6, which is again false. 5 is greater than or equal to 5. It is not greater than, but it is equal to. So it is giving us a value true. Then we are checking for less than, which is like 10 is less than 6, which is not correct. And 6 is less than 10, which is true. So it has given us a true value. And here also in less than or equal to, we can check the first value that we are declaring, whether that is less than or equal to second value or not, which in our case, which is not true. So it has given us a false. 6 is less than or equal to 2. That means the first value is less than or equal to second value. In this case, 6 is less than or equal to 10, which is true. And here we are trying to value check with the 10 is less than or equal to, which is not less than, but it is equal to 10. So that is why it is giving us a true value. I hope this is clear for everyone.
Yes, bro.
Okay. So now we move to the third one, which is logical operator. Logical operator is simple. We'll try to finish it off. So we have three types of logical operator. One is like ampersand, like double ampersand, which is known as. To give just pipe symbol, two pipe symbol, it is known as OR. And then we have, so this is known as logical and, logical OR. And then we have other is as NOT. So how will you print the NOT? By, if you're using window, then it will be like shift and 1. Shift and number 1. You can see like NOT operator will be there. So these are three major and popular logical operator that we have in JavaScript. Okay, so what is the use of this? Like this says that and, that means whenever this, like we are still trying to compare few of the values, compare the values. Like logical operator is used to compare the value, compare the two value as well, but it will be in a different manner. So and it says that and or, like and or and not. Earlier we had in the comparison like equal to, double equal to, is not equal to, and so on. In the logical operator, we have and, or, and not. So what will happen for and? So let's say if you have two variable, which is one and b. So this logical operator will only work on Boolean expression. So the logical operator will work on Boolean expression. That means true or false. On the true or false expression, it will work. So whenever we say like it will work on Boolean expression, Boolean will have two values. One is true, another is false. So here, when we select A and B, that means it will try to check both of the value are of same type or not. Okay, if both of the value are true, then it will return us a value true. That means if true, if you select true and true, then only it will return true value. If first one is true and second, if either one of the value or one of the variable are false, then it will always give us a false. It is saying and. That means first value, if it is true, then second value also have to be true. If the first value is false and then second value is false, that time it will give you basically the return as true. It's just because both of the value are of same type. If you say like here true and true, it will return as a true value because it is trying to compare both of the value, and both of the value are of same type. So this will give us a true value. Okay, we'll check with the example. So let's say we are saying console.log, and we have two value. One is saying that 6 is greater than 5, and then 10 is greater than 6. So what we're trying to do here, this is a logical Boolean expression. This like the comparison value will return you either true or false, and this value will also return a true or false. And as we know, like logical operator will only work on the Boolean expression. So if it is true, if both the value are true, then it will return as a true value. Okay. But if as we have talked here, like if both the value are true, then only it will return as a true value. If you see this one, then you can say that this, like as 6 is greater than 5, which is true, it will display you the true value. And we are trying to use like ampersand, which is like and logical operator, and it is checking with 10 is greater than 6, which is also true. So if the value is true and true, then it will give you the true value. Here in this case, we can check it is saying that true, ampersand, and then the second value is false. So if any one of the value is false, whenever we are using logical AND operator, then it will give you the false value. Okay. And in the same way, we'll try to check for, let's say, what happens in this case. Let's say where 3 is greater than 5 and 10 is less than 6. So what is happening here is first is also false, and second is also false. So what AND operator says that whenever you try to use both, whenever you try to use both of the operator, whenever you try to compare with, or whenever you're trying to use logical operator as AND logical operator, if both of the values are true, then only it will give you the true value. If any one of the value are false, then it will always give you the false value. So here, if you check it out, so you can see like in the first one, first value is true and second value is also true. So logical AND operator says that if both of the value are true, then only it will give you the true value, like true result. If either of the value are false, then it will give you the false value. That means only it will return the true value in case when both of the operator are same. It is saying first and second, both of the value have to be true to display the true value. If one of the value are false, then it will give you false value. In the same way, if you have both of the value are false, then it will still give you the false, as AND operator says that to get the true value, you have to be both of the value as true. In case of false and false, it will give you the value as false itself, because both of the value are false, and AND operator will only return true value if both of the value that we are trying to compare with have the true value. Okay, any confusion over here?
No problem.
No, Praveen.
Okay, and it is and I'll just take a couple of more minutes, because like or and not are very simple in nature. So if you check for or operator, let's say or or operator says that or logical operator says that if you have one of a value as true, let's say first value is true or second value is true. So if you have one value as true, then it will not check for the second condition. If the first value is true, then it will not check for the second condition, because it says that if any one of the value is true, then it will return the true value. Okay, if any of the value is true, then it will return true value. That means, let's say if the first value is false, and then we are writing a condition or, and second value is true, it will still give you the value as true, because or says that one of the value has to be true to get the true value. Okay, let's see the example over here. So we'll see dot like console.log. Let's say 6 is greater than 4, or 10 is greater than 5. Second is, let's say, we are saying first value has to be. So in this case, like both of the value are true. So if both of the value are true or are true, it will give us a value as true. Here in this one, we are saying that 1 is greater than true, 2, which is false. And second, we are trying to say that 3 is greater than 2, which is, we know that, true. So the condition over here is like false or true. So if one of the value as true, then it will give you the true value. Then it will give you the true value. If none of the value are false, let's say if none of the value are false, then it will give you the false value. Whenever you use OR operator to get the true value, one of the expression has to be true. Okay, so let's see by just printing out this value. So you can say that in first, both are true, so it will give you the true value. But what happened in logical OR is, let's say if the first value itself is true, then it will never validate for the second expression. If the first expression is true, then it will not go and validate for the second expression. Because OR says that if any one of the expression is true, then we do not have to validate the other one, and we have to display the true value. In case if the first expression is false, then it will try to validate for the second. But if first itself is true, then it will skip the second validation. Okay, so that is what is happening over here, that it is not trying to check like second expression, because first itself became a true over here, and both of the expression are true, so it is returning true. Or says that if any one of the expression are true, then it will return the true value. But if both of the expression are false, then it will give you the false value. Okay. And then the last one is known as not. Not is basically reverse your expression. Reverse the expression. What is meant by that? So if you see, like, if you write it in not true, it will become false. And if you write like not false, it will just revert from false to true and true to false. Okay, this is not symbol is very useful in terms of writing our test automation whenever we use like while loop, or sometimes we try to check inside the condition, like if we write some kind of expression where we are trying to check if this should, like, let's say while we try to like while is not equal to false. That means we are trying to say like while true is not equal to sorry, not is not equal to, but it is like logical not. So when we say like logical not false, That means this false value will be converted to true. Okay, so just let's see one of example where we are trying to check it out with is not equal to true. So as we said, like not will reverse the expression. If it is true, then it will become false. If it is false, then it will become true. The same way, if we try to check it as for not, like not false, logical not false, then it will give you the true value. Okay, so if you try to print it out, you can see here for the first one, which is true, and we are making it as a negation kind of, like negative kind of, which is like null, using logical not. It will reverse the value from true to false and false to true. So this is was the what the logical operator is. And then there is like assignment operator. We know that what is the use of equal to operator. So equal is basically used to assign a value, and this is known as assignment operator. I'll talk about talk for a couple of minutes in the next session for assignment operator, and then we will move to the advanced level in Java, where we'll start with array and some of the methods of array. Then we'll start with the functions. How do we declare with function? So before that, in tomorrow's session, we'll cover up like what is array, how do we declare, what are different types of methods that we have in array, and so on. Okay, any doubt in for like today's session, which is like operator?
No, Praveen, I am good.
No, Praveen.